Hello, and welcome back to Environmental TV, your number one space and TV for trees, nature, and the secrets of the environment. Now, picture this with me. You're walking through a quiet forest just after it's rained. The air smells fresh. The ground beneath your feet feels soft. You look closely at a tree trunk, or maybe a rock and boom. You spot it. A soft, glowing green carpet of life. That's moss. Tiny, yes, but let me tell you, moss has a big story. And today, we're diving into the magical world of this little green superhero. If you've ever thought moss is just a background plant or a forest extra, think again. This plant is ancient, clever, and honestly, it's doing more for the environment than most of us realize. So sit back, relax, and let me show you the secret life of moss, what it is, why it matters, and how it quietly helps the entire planet thrive. What is moss? Let's break it down. All right. So, what exactly is moss? Moss is a tiny green, non flowering plant that grows in shady, damp places. Unlike most plants, moss doesn't have flowers, seeds, or even real roots. Instead, it reproduces through spores, kind of like mushrooms do. Let me give you some quick facts to understand moss better. It's small and soft, usually only 1 to 10 centimeters tall. It doesn't have true roots. It uses tiny hair-like structures called rhizoids to attach itself to surfaces. No flowers, no seeds, just spores for reproduction. Moss loves moisture. You will often find it in forests, near waterfalls, or even on shady city walls after rain. It has a simple structure with leaves and stems, but not like regular plants. And get this, moss has been around for over 400 million years. Yes, it's older than the dinosaurs. Why is moss important to the environment? Now, why should we care about moss? It's tiny, yes, but it's a giant helper in the ecosystem. Let me show you how moisture control moss works like a sponge. It soaks up water and keeps the forest floor moist. It stops the soil from drying out and helps maintain the humidity that nearby plants and insects depend on. Air quality, just like trees, moss absorbs carbon dioxide and releases oxygen. Some types of moss can even filter harmful particles from the air, making our environment cleaner and fresher. Soil protection moss helps hold the soil together. It prevents erosion, especially on hillsides and riverbanks where rain would otherwise wash the soil away. Water purification in wetlands. Moss acts as a natural filter. It removes toxins and helps keep water clean. Mini ecosystems. Believe it or not, moss is like a tiny forest for insects, frogs, and microscopic creatures. It creates shelter and even food for some animals. Bioindicator, this one's interesting. Moss is very sensitive to pollution. Scientists study moss to understand if an environment is healthy or not. If moss disappears, that's a big warning sign. Types of moss, there's a whole tiny world out there. There are over 12,000 species of moss. But don't worry, I'll keep it simple. Here are some common types you'll probably see or even use. 1. Sheet moss. It looks like a soft green carpet. It grows on rocks, soil, and fallen wood. Gardeners love using it for decoration and bonsai. 2. Sphagnum moss, also known as peat moss. It grows in wetlands and can hold up to 20 times its weight in water. Super helpful in farming and gardening. 3. Cushion moss. It forms cute, round cushions. You will find it in forests where it adds a magical feel to the ground. 4. Rock-cap moss. This one likes rocks and cliffs. It's perfect for landscaping if you have a rocky garden. 5. Haircap moss. Looks like mini pine trees. It grows taller than most mosses and is often found in wooded areas. 6. Fern moss with a feathery texture. It grows in layers and looks like a fern. Great for terrariums and garden art. Benefits of moss to you and the planet. Okay, let's talk about the real-life benefits of moss for us and the earth. Gardening and farming. Peat moss is a gardener's best friend. It retains moisture improves soil structure, and helps plants grow healthier. If you've ever bought potting soil, chances are it had peat moss in it. Landscaping and decoration moss is used in Zen gardens, terrariums, and living green walls. It brings a peaceful, natural vibe to any space. Traditional medicine, believe it or not, moss has been used for bandages, insulation, and even baby diapers. During World War I, sphagnum moss was used to treat wounds because of its antibacterial qualities. Fighting climate change, yes. Moss helps combat climate change. Especially in peatlands, moss stores a huge amount of carbon, more than all the forests combined. This reduces greenhouse gases. Green buildings and modern architecture, moss is used on eco-roofs and urban green walls. It helps absorb pollution, cool buildings, and improve air quality. Fun science facts: you won't believe this. Let me throw in some fun facts for you. Moss can survive in extreme conditions, even in Antarctica or deserts. Some mosses can be frozen solid for months and still come back to life. Scientists sent moss to space, and yes, it still grew up there. Some moss species have stayed the same for millions of years, dating back to the Ice Age. Where can you find moss? You don't have to climb Mount Kenya to find moss. It's everywhere if you know where to look, in forests and nature trails on riverbanks, tree trunks, and rocks on walls and rooftops, especially in the rainy season, in gardens, parks, and even city pavements after it rains. Look around your neighborhood. You might be surprised how much moss is around you. How you can use or protect moss in your life, even if you're not a farmer or scientist, here's how you can connect with moss. Make a moss terrarium at home. It's a fun DIY project. Avoid stepping on moss when hiking. It takes time to grow back. Use peat-free products in your garden to protect wild peatlands. Don't spray strong chemicals where moss grows. Start a photo collection of moss types, a cool nature hobby. Try growing moss on your balcony or in your yard. It's low maintenance and beautiful. Why moss deserves more respect. Let me say, it's straight moss is not just green stuff on rocks. It's a powerful protector of the planet. It keeps the air clean, holds water and soil, traps carbon, offers shelter, and shows us how to thrive quietly. So next time you see moss, don't ignore it, appreciate it. Smile at it. Learn from it. It's one of the world's oldest, wisest, and hardest working plants. Conclusion, final words. So there you have it. Moss may be tiny, but it teaches us a huge lesson. Even the smallest things can have the biggest impact. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of moss, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Environmental TV, your home for nature stories, tree wisdom, and African environmental content. And as always, stay rooted, stay green, and never stop exploring the wonders of our natural world. See you in the next episode.